everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Books, Papers, Coffee, and I am Saranya. Today I'll be taking you through my daily journaling method slash routine and also how I do my weekly reflection and planning. I think I have posted a video about my daily journaling and my weekly reflection related routine 2 years ago. A few things have changed, but the basic remains the same. Anyway, so first I'll start with how I do my daily journaling. Let's just say I'm just opening a new month because it is filled with a lot of personal stories, so I don't want to show the actual entries. I'll show the empty pages and I'll tell you how I do it. So this calendar spread is there, right? There in this page I'll basically put a sticker. I can show that the sticker sheet which I've been doing. Yeah. So here, based on my mood in that particular day, right, I'll just put a sticker here. So this is how I use the calendar spread in Alicia Souza journal. Actually, this is a planner. I use it as a journal, so I'm telling it as journal. So in this page, I'll be putting the sticker because I have too many stickers from 2019. I just want to use all those stickers. So this is one of the ways I've been using my stickers. And here, these are the daily spread, right? So here I just write down what are the events that happened throughout the day. Sometimes I write in detail. When I have the time, I go in detail. I'll tell this happens, this happened, I felt this, I felt that, all those, detailed storytelling I'll do. If I don't have time, which is most of the time, I just write the, like glimpse that happened in the entire day. But I make sure I fill this space. So I always have enough story or I have enough things to write for this space. Previously I used to use two main journal. I use this page and also one more diary where I add more in that, like I split my day into two halves. I mention my work related things or first half of the day in one journal and second half of the day and personal stuff in other journal. Basically I had a lot of time back then, but now due to time constraint, this is all I could do. And here we have a habit tracker also, right? So it is just 3 habits here. I track too many habits. So what I do is I put 3 main habits which I should follow for the entire month. Those 3 will come here, like it could be your workout, your reading, or something related to your work. So basically any 3 things that you must follow consistently, right? I'll write down all those 3 things here and I'll track it down. And I also use another kind of habit tracking method. If you want me to share that, I'll put a separate video. I don't want to combine everything in one video. And this is how I do my daily journaling. And coming to my weekly reflection and planning, so this is my planner. I have already told in my previous video, right? So this is my planner. Here I set my weekly goals. I do my weekly reflection, weekly planning, everything here. At the end of every week, which means today, that is Sunday, I just write down my weekly reflection. So previously I used to have a lot of weekly reflection prompts, like 6 prompts I had. Now it is just 3 prompts. Basically I write down highlights of the week, lowlights of the week, and top 3 priorities for next week. So by this method, right, my weekly reflection and planning routine is very simple, and also I can do it consistently. If I add too many prompts, I feel like it is taking a lot of time. So the lesser the prompts, lesser the time, and also I can give attention to what is actually needed for that particular week. So in the highlights, what are the things that went well in that week, I write down those things, and in the lowlights, things that didn't go well, obviously. And top 3 priorities, it could be like new priorities for that week, or sometimes you must have, or you might have missed few things in the current week and you want to get it done by next week. So those kind of things, I'll put it in top priorities. It could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5 or 10. It is up to every individual, right? So I write down all the top priorities there. This is how I do my weekly reflection and planning. So weekly planning also, I have four, not four, but Yeah, mainly I do my planning routine under four categories only, which is my office, and then social media, which is Instagram and YouTube, and then personal, then health related. So personal is like, I mean, health related stuff, right? Like taking your tablets on time and doing workout, proper food, all those things. So that is under health for me. And in personal, all the house related stuff, like taking care of home, gardening, all those things I'll put it under. And money management, these things will come under my personal stuff. So every week, at the end of every week, which is Sunday, right? Sunday evening or night, I sit down and write the plan for the entire week. I know the plan is already in place for the monthly planning routine, but monthly planning routine, it is like overview. But in weekly routine, you can go in detail and put all the, every week your priorities changes, your plan changes. At least for me, every week it is different. So I like to have a clear, crystal clear to dos for the week, so that will help me get things done very quickly, because I have to handle both office and home, right? So only if I have a proper plan and flow. I know that is not ideal for anyone. I know there are many people who work or who take care of things effortlessly without having a to-do list. My mom is like that. My sister works super, she functions super well without a to-do list all the time. But I am someone who cannot function without a to-do list, and that changes everything for me. The way I work and the amount of time I spend for a particular activity, everything gets changed when I have a to-do list in my hand. And also I like ticking things off. I use a reminder app in my iPhone when I'm traveling or something. So that time you can see the count also. These many tasks, like 12 tasks completed, 3 pending. That number gives me high dopamine hit. So I always like to do this to-do list and ticking stuff. Anyway, so yeah, at the beginning of every week I do this social media slash Instagram and work related. In personal only, I plan my reading as well, and health related stuff. So I put the plan and for these four categories for that particular week, for Monday to Saturday. I'll always plan from Monday to Saturday. On Sunday is like Sunday. So I don't sit and plan anything for Sunday. So how, see, anyway, I don't have separate page for weekly reflection or anything. I just put a line here. I'll draw a line here, and here I'll write my highlights, lowlights, top 3 priorities in this layout. That's all. That is how I've been doing for the past 1.5 months. And as I already told, this planner is super comfortable. If you want to buy a planner or journal, I would highly recommend buying a A6 size, because that really, you can easily carry it everywhere. Sometimes if the planner is too heavy, right, you feel like, okay, I cannot carry to my work, to this place, blah blah blah, and you tend to just put it on your desk. So instead of that, have a light weighted planner so you can easily carry it everywhere. And also it is so cute, so you just keep using it. See how things turn out. And this is how I do my habit tracking, actually. Something like this. Again, I'll put a detailed video for this habit tracking, how to set your habit tracking for the entire week, because this kind of habit tracking has been a game changer for me personally. But you may have a different habit tracking routine, so I don't want to disturb that. Only if you want to know. And I think I've already posted that routine 2 years back or 1.5 years back, I'm not sure. So this is how I do my daily journaling in Alicia Souza. Also, if you have this Alicia Souza planner, right, there are empty space, like here you have some empty space, and in the beginning also you'll have some empty space. You'll have some empty space in the beginning of the month, right? You can do your weekly reflection or weekly planning for every week there. If you're not using the meal plan or something, so here they have, right, monthly meal plan. If you're not using this, you can use this also for your weekly reflection and planning. So yeah, that's all for this video, guys. I know it's a super short video, but I just want to share my weekly reflection planning routine here, since it is a weekend, and also it makes sense if I post a video now, so you can also go and do your weekly reflection right after watching this video. Always make sure that your prompts and your planning journaling routine is very simple. That is the only way you're gonna stay consistent. If you make your routine very complicated, you will you'll grow out of the routine very soon. You'll lose interest while sticking to the routine. So the simple it is, the consistent you are. That is something I have learned from my experience. I remember when I was using the InkBucket planner, right? InkBucket was a planner which came with weekly reflection, and that was a reason I bought that planner, and that's the reason I stopped buying the planner also, because now they have removed the weekly reflection spread, so it doesn't make any sense to me. My habit of weekly reflection and planning actually became consistent. I started doing it properly only because of InkBucket planner. I think they had it in 2021 and 22. Because of their planner only, I fell in love with this whole weekly reset routine. So basically, weekly reset is like, you don't have to wait for the month to end and then reset your entire goals or routine or plans. You can reset your routine, you can reset your habits at the end of every week. You can always take control of your life at any point. So that is this, every time when Monday is coming, right, it's like the beginning of new week. You will always have a fresh mindset. You make sure that you do things properly for the week. The month beginning, the beginning of the week, it always means something to you, right? Intentionally or unintentionally, it is always like, oh, Monday, I have to wake up early, I have to do this, do that. So if you have a weekly reflection reset routine that also aligns with the Monday mood, you will be more consistent than you are already. I hope you're getting the point. So basically, for me, weekly I have been, in 2025, right, I was not doing my weekly reflection at all. I didn't even do the daily journaling properly. It's like I after 1 or 2 weeks, I just sit and write entries for every 10 days because I was so busy in 2025. But this year I made sure I do my weekly reflection no matter how busy I am. I'm not gonna blame things on being busy because you're growing old. Life is going to get busy. I cannot blame everything on being busy, time, blah blah blah. So I decided to take control, and from Jan first week, right, I've been doing this weekly reflection routine properly. Only after following it consistently for almost 1.5 months, I decided to put it on YouTube as well. Because if I'm not following it consistently, and then if I'm coming and talking about, hey, do this, do that, it will change you, I won't be honest to myself. So that's the reason I followed this routine for like 4 weeks now. No, it is 6 weeks. I started from December last week, so almost 7 weeks. I've been doing this routine for 7 weeks now, and I stay consistent on so many things. And as I mentioned earlier, I have control on what I'm doing. And at the end of every week, you're writing, right, highlights and lowlights that will clearly tell you what went well, what didn't go well, and it will help you self-analyze, and you can create a routine that will actually work for you. You can create a new routine at the end of every week as well. You don't have to create a routine in the beginning of the month and then follow it for 5 days and then just forget about it. For me, weekly routine is a game changer. I create a new routine every Sunday and I stick to that routine for one whole week. If that routine is working for me, I'll follow that routine for the upcoming weeks as well. And sometimes it won't go well. I'll tweak my routine accordingly. So weekly reflection and reset is more important than your monthly reflection and reset, because monthly planning is like you are doing the plan for 30 days. But if you take a week, it is just 7 days. So planning for 7 days is more efficient than 30 days. And you will have control after every 7 days. You're going to do something for 7 straight days, and then you're going to sit back and analyze what went wrong, what went well, what worked for you, what didn't work for you. You're going to do all the self-analysis, and then you're going to come up with a routine that is going to work for you. So that is the reason I love the weekly reflection and reset. And yeah, this is how I do my weekly reflection, and I also do my monthly reflection, all those things. I'll share my monthly reflection at the end of every month. Currently, I'm reading this book called My Friends by Frederick Backman. I actually started this book on December 1, 2025. I still haven't finished it. I really want to finish this book, but I have a lot of review copies to finish as well. So I'm just, jumping between my actual TBR and my review copies. I'll finish my review copies as soon as possible, and I'll finish it this soon. Also, if you have any video suggestions for me, make sure you put it in the comment box below. I would love to do more planning and journaling related contents in my channel here, because I've been getting a lot of requests in my Instagram to post journaling, planning related contents. So yeah, I have shared everything in detail on my podcast actually. So if you are interested, you can check my podcast as well. I have mentioned all the links in my bio. So in my podcast, I have shared monthly, weekly, reading journal, all the types of journaling. I have talked so much in my podcast, and I'm not active on my podcast currently. So if you want to know more about my journaling and planning, I would really suggest you to check my podcast. But only if you can understand Tamil, you can check the channel, because my podcast is all Tamil, so you can check that. I hope you found this video helpful. I'll see you soon in another video. Bye. Take care. Sending lots of love. Stay happy, stay grateful, and stay blessed.